Live from the City of Angels on this Tuesday night. Wasn't going to do a stream until I saw these Fall Guy reactions. I was like, we have to talk about this. This is insanity. I've never seen a film go so high and so low on reactions. It's amazing. It's terrible. Best movie ever. What a misfire. What is going on? Let's look at some of these reactions and try to figure it out. By the way, this film doesn't come out until May 1st. That's the first day you can see it in IMAX. Those early screenings, AMC tweeted that out earlier today. Get your tickets. I have a feeling it's going to be fun. I like David Leech. I think he's talented, so I'm probably going to be in the camp of this movie is pretty fun. Let's go to Scott Menzel. You guys know he's a friend of the show. Here he is. It is fucking awesome. David Leech's love letter to the stunt community. As you know, Leech was a stunt man, and then he got involved with direction on John Wick, the first one. Didn't get credited, but he started there, and then he went on to Atomic Blonde and Hobbs and Shaw and Bullet Train and on and on. I like his kinetic, frenetic direction. I'm not saying it always works. Like, you go back and you look at Bullet Train, there's certainly things in that film that are just out of control, that are too much. I think the runtime certainly is too much, but I do like his style. Look, even at Deadpool 2, right? So he has, I think, the talent to deliver a quality action film. That's why I am kind of at a loss here looking at these things. Continuing, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt are so damn great together. You figured they'd have great chemistry. You saw it at the Oscars the other night, right? When they were talking about stunts, perfectly, right? Perfect tie-in. And by the way, Paramount's like, make that Universal, like, I'm going to drop this thing right now at South by Southwest. Really smart. They're obviously confident in the film. So, again, I have a feeling I'm going to like the film. Apparently, they use a Taylor Swift song all too well. That means Scott liked it. That's enough for Scott. He loves Taylor Swift. That's enough for him to like go, oh, this is the best movie ever. So I'm just going to say that. Let's go to another person that I follow on Twitter, Sean Bowman, who is big tuna on film. Sorry to say the Fall Guy ain't it. Gosling is awesome, of course, but he's the only reason to recommend the film. Wow. What a slight to Emily Blunt. If I had sent this tweet, you all be coming after me. You're such an asshole, Weber. But if Sean does it, it's okay. There are a few awesome stunts, but many of the best moments are ruined by unfunny humor and lackluster editing. I'm a little surprised at the lackluster editing. I think he usually nails it, Leech. So I don't know what happened here. I can't wait. Now I want to see it. I normally am like, I don't really care. But when they're like this, when it's this crazy, here's two more. Look at this one. The Fall Guy. This is the Raps review. The Fall Guy review. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt are trapped in David Leech's dull action comedy misfire. Damn, man. That's brutal. And then we go, here, you guys ready? And then we'll just turn the page. Wow. This is from Dorian Parks. The Fall Guy movie surpassed my expectations. It was hilarious from start to finish, and the chemistry between Gosling and Blunt was perfect. The stunt work in the film was incredible, in caps. Can't wait to watch it again. South by Southwest. So, look, let's just continue along. I mean, guys, it's one up, one down. One up, one down. And someone made a point that Leech has a history of that. If we go and we look at Rotten Tomatoes, let's do that real quick. This is some of the films that he's done. I mentioned pretty much all of them. Let's go in reverse chronological order. Forget the executive producer stuff. Let's go director only. Bullet Train, 54% of the critics, right? So that's a 50-50 essentially, right, on critics. Then you go to, I like Hobbs and Shaw. I think Hobbs and Shaw was fun, okay? 67%, so it's better on that film. Then you go to Once Upon a Deadpool, which doesn't really count, right? Let's go to Deadpool 2, 84% up. Atomic Blonde, 79%. So his most polarizing film is Bullet Train, which I would go up on, right? I love Brad Pitt. I will openly admit this all day, all night. And I think the film is fun enough as it is. Too long, but fun as it is. Okay, let's go to more reactions because this is amazing. Sean Chandler. Follow him on Twitter. He's another YouTuber I'm sure you guys know. It's constantly funny, filled with a memorable action set pieces, and at its core, romantic. The movie's a celebration of movie making, in particular stuntman, of course, because of Leech. Can't wait to watch it again with my wife, a real crowd pleaser. So there's Sean, who I generally trust. I will say. I don't know who Ryan Rank is, but the Fall Guy is a really enjoyable time. Lots of wit, charm, and of course, amazing stunts, which you'd expect. Continuing along, the Fall Guy is such a fun love letter to stunt. Oh God, is this everyone's thing now? It's a love letter to stunt professionals. Guys, come on. Can we stop with that? This is Matt Donato from, I think he's, what is he? I don't know who he's with. Bloody disgusting, whatever. Can we stop with it's a love letter? Can we just can we come into the comments and tell me how tired you are of reading It's a Love Letter? That's two already tonight. I'm gonna absolutely roast Menzel when I talk to him next time. Gosling blends his drive and the nice guy. What is DRVIE? Wait, what the hell is that? It's an acronym for something. I don't even know. Nice guy rolls into a winning stuntman character. Oh, Drive. Oh, of course it's Drive. He's talking about Gosling. You guys see it. Look, what's it say? Drivy. He was awesome in Drivy. Blunt is, as always, a delight on screen. Top-notch popcorn entertainment. That's what you're right. Now, listen, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but remember we talk about this all the time. What is the movie trying to be? Is the Fall Guy trying to be an awards film? Hell no. It's trying to be a popcorn action thriller ridiculous comedy film, just like Bullet Train. So if you know that is the aim of the film, I don't know how it can be a complete misfire. How can this person say it's really fun in a love letter to stunt professionals? That's going to be my reaction. I swear to God, I'm just going to copy and paste that for whenever I see this film. It is a love letter to stunt professionals. You plagiarizing bitch. So listen, let's continue because this is fun. I actually enjoy reading these. I want to read a bad one again. The Fall Guy is fun and loud and great, and it's just a stunt first that keeps TOU locked in from the beginning to end. It's funny as hell. A big hell yeah for me. 2 hells from Kate Sanchez from the Atlanta Film Critics Society. You know, it's wild. Okay, that person lives in Austin. It's still, can I just take a moment here? It's wild to me that people go to South by Southwest to see movies early. It just is insane to me. Unless you're making money at it, I'm not going to, you guys know how I feel about this. It's like, why? Why are you there? Unless you're making money, you should not be flying to Austin and watching these movies early. Scott Mans will never say anything negative about a movie, so I'm not going to bother. You know, I love a romance, and so, of course, The Fall Guy was made for me. Ryan Gosling has the market cornered on delivering zingers with lovelorn eyes. There's just times I read things and I go, who the fuck talks like that? And he more than delivers alongside Emily Blunt, but Hannah Waddingham, right? Is it Waddingham? She's from Ted Lasso, of course, which is a great show. I love Ted Lasso. I was on Ted Lasso way before any of you guys, so don't get in here and it just might be the standout performance. So, of course, she's fantastic. She's just great at being who she is, right? Like most actors, they're going to do what they do. Gosling does what he does. Even, here, when he does comedy, he's doing a version of what we've seen before. And I think when you look at, for me, Crazy Stupid Love is actually very entertaining for whatever reason. Ramin Sedode, I believe he writes for Variety. He's just tweeting out stuff from the thing. So guys, I don't know what to make of this. It's crazy, but here's the thing I will say, and I'll take a couple comments because stream's going to be tight tonight. It's going to be really short. I just want to get on and just say, it's crazy. I've never seen, it's a total misfire. Oh my God, this is a crowd pleasing, wonderful popcorn film. This is wildly divergent, right? It's one thing, if we sort of have shades of things or everything's really high or everything's really low. I will say, and I'm going to state this again whenever we do one of these things, remember that the first audience to see a film, typically, I don't care, it happens every single time. We've seen it happen over the years with the Wonder Woman 84, which was trash. The first audience to see a film feels some kind of special bond with the moment that they can't remove themselves from the energy in the room from all of a sudden being told, you're going to see The Fall Guy. Oh my God. Guys, it's a fucking movie. I'm telling you guys, the more and more I do this, the more I honestly just want to get out because it drives me crazy when people freak out so much. It's a movie. Just stay level, stay sane, and tell if it's good. Don't get caught up in the moment. Why are you caught up in the moment? I mean, if I was caught up in the moment, I'd be excited when I came out of one of the movies I saw for the very first screening, something like go back to Nightmare Alley, which I think is a really strong film, but I still stayed you have to, no matter what happens, whenever you go into these first screenings, you've got to put your expectations and just push them down. I mean, go back to Babylon. First screening of that. I came out and destroyed that film. You guys know. So you have to be able to discard all of that off the field shit and just pay attention to the movie like you were watching it at the AMC on a Saturday afternoon. It doesn't matter if it's screening number one. Too many people in the space get too high on that first screening. I've been there. You don't do it. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. Who cares about pull quotes? I've talked about this all the time. If you are going to a first screening so you can get a pull quote on a poster, again, guess how much money you make for that? Let me help you out, guys. $0. Zero. So why do you care that your name is on a poster? It doesn't do it. It's your ego. No one gives a shit. These are fucking movies, man. Sorry. I promised that I wouldn't go nuts, and then I did. Sodvik, I've only seen 2 negative reactions against like 15 positive. I do too. Listen, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to like the movie. I'm not going to lie to you. Monkey Man, I heard it was really strong, and the trailer looks great. I'm just happy that Jordan Peele bought that movie and said, we're going over to Universal. Let's hook this thing up, get it out of Netflix. Also, it just sends another message, just damns Netflix, which, of course, I absolutely adore. David Leech is an underrated director, like all of his movies except Atomic Blonde, which does have an incredible long take fight scene. I agree. That is really the standout of that film. Gone Girl, agreed. He's talented. You can't say he's not a talented director. So I think that we don't even need to have a debate about. Love Atomic Bomb, Deadpool 2, not so much. Yeah, I like Deadpool 1 more than 2, for no question. Okay, we're talking about this. I want to talk about Fall Guy. Fall Guy looks terrible. Elbow Juice, come on, man. Seriously? It looks fine. Listen, if you were able to sit through The Lost City, you should be able to sit through this. This looks a lot better than The Lost City. And Lost City was, except for Brad Pitt, who shows up for 5 seconds, then he has his brains blown out. And you're like, what just happened? He's out of the movie? This is terrible. It's a movie unless Eric is... I'm not talking about Tar. We're not comparing this to Tar. We're comparing it to the Fall Guy. So, guys, I'm telling you, here's what I think. I think we're going to end up on the high end of this when it comes out. But I got to wait till May. And maybe Universal lets us see it a little bit early. I know they're going to screen it at CinemaCon, which is in Vegas coming up next month. There'll probably be another surprise screening. They love to do that. But remember, here's the deal. At the end of the day, I think the takeaway from any of these early screenings is it always happens. People get too excited. Even Menzel. I'm sure it's a quality enough film. I bet you'll have enough fun with it, but I don't think it's going to measure up to like the best time you'll ever have in a movie theater this year, which I read from one of the things. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, that's what we're talking about. Don't get so high. Just talk about the movie. Just watch it. Don't put any stock into first, last, middle screening. You're just going to react to it, period. That's how I did for Babylon to Nightmare Alley, whatever it was that I saw first. You just don't change. You never do. All right, guys, that's it for the stream. Boom, out, tight. Just want to talk about it for a minute, and when I see it, we'll talk about it again. Until next time, get the live updates. Get the alerts. You'll have them anytime. Peace out. Live from LA. I'm off to bed. Good night.